Hello, my brothers and sisters. It's great. It's time for another channeling video. So I hope that you enjoy your message from our Master. Thank you.
Greetings. Well, for this little island, there has been much celebration. But many things have been happening to each of you. Some of you can be deceived, for the dark side can be very persuasive and can throw you in your own delusions. Fill yourself with light. Tread warily and carefully. Look towards your guides and your teachers. They cannot give you a free ticket, but they can guide you to lead you. Whether you take their advice or whether you ignore them. This is your free will. This is your decision. For they can only talk to you, advise you, and tell you what is happening. The world is in great chaos, for the dark side struggles to survive. Many have asked, when is this great time of enlightenment going to occur? When is this great ascension going to occur? My children, it is started. It started 2, maybe 3 years ago in your time. For it is a gradual process where we can all live in harmony. Does this mean the end of the problems on the earth, the problems between one man and another? Of course not. That is a foolish statement. There will always be problems. There will always be conflict, for that is the way of this realm. If it was so perfect, then how boring it would be. There would be no challenges. So there must be conflict to fire our inspiration to channel. Over the last few days, Dark Raven One, Cloud Dancer have been exhausted. So they have agreed with me to split up the workload between the 3 of them. This year is going to be momentous. Many of you will feel strange. And you don't know what's happening. You don't know where you're going. Live for the day as if this day is the last day in your life. For you have no tomorrow. Tomorrow hasn't been made yet. And yesterday is long gone. Live for each hour. Enjoy each hour. with your friends, with those who love you. Remember, you are never alone. The earth is recuperating, is restructuring and rebuilding. You are the future of the earth. There are many misguided people who are struggling to find their way. Some nullify their senses with alcohol, others with drugs. But the problem is still there. They haven't faced up to it. So look, not to the future, but look to those who love you and care for you. There have been many problems, and there will be many more problems. But people will begin to be people and not dehumanized. They have forgotten the way of spirit. They have forgotten the way of wisdom. We learned that recently they have put out stories, information, that meat is poisonous, that red meat can damage you. And the old Indian text has been telling you that for years, but man has not listened. Oh, I like meat, so I am not going to give it up. So I'll be happy to be sitting here and be poisoned. Take out the foolish thoughts. Care for those around you, the plants, the trees. Some of you have said, oh yes, well, I'm talking to fairies. Fairies, what they're talking to are shapeshifters. Fairies do not communicate with human beings. They are nature spirits entirely. They care for the plants, the trees. They communicate with plants and trees. Even they communicate with the insect world. So what are these foolish people communicating with what they think is fairies? Little winged creatures. These are from a different realm. They are not fairies, they are sprites. They can do a lot of damage to you. In this land of Erin, there are many stories of fairies and the damage that has been done. Many of you have heard the story of the Banshee. She is Irish for fairy, or Gaelic for fairy. Do not misunderstand my words. These little winged fairy creatures are not of your world. They never have been. They talk of winged beings coming down and helping them. They call them angels. Do not delude yourself. The only winged beings are the Nephilim. And they are not fairies. They are from another planet. Much similar to yours, but a denser atmosphere. Do not be confused. There are many out there that will lead you astray. Now, I am not going to take over my host for too long, for he is unwell this day. But it was imperative and important that I speak these words to you. Again, do not cling to past things. Do not look to future, look for present. Feel the force and spirit around you. Feel the energy around you. Embrace it. Spirit guides. A lot take on the personality that you can relate to. Fortunately, the ones that are here with our hosts have been on earth as I have. Do not think that this is all of a sudden. It is not. Do not think this darkness, this cruelty, has just happened. Go to your history books. Read of the burning times. Read of the cruelty that exists. It has existed from the beginning of time. The Dark Ones controlled. There is a period in your history which refers to the dark time. Where the Black Plague ran rampant through the streets. Following the plague came the Great Fire. This is a progression. For destruction means advancement. You destroy the old to rebuild new. And that is what is happening today. Look around you. You are seeing, in some cases, more enlightened being, a more intelligent being. Love each other. Take care of each other. But do not be deceived. There are those that swear undying love and undying loyalty to you. But they will manipulate you. See them for what they really are. Those that love you will give and give and keep giving. Without reward, without recompense. Why do they do this? Because they love you. I leave you with these words and my blessings with each one of you. Om Shanti. Om Namaste. Sai.